Shut up and sit down.
Live from Hollywood, it's the STS Guys. Welcome to episode 20 of the STS Guys. Yes, thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. That's very kind, thank you. Amazing, thank you, audience. Welcome to episode 21 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
All right, we are missing a couple of our members. So we were missing Leo, Nate, and Scott. I don't see them anyplace around.
You don't see them? Where are we? This feels weird.
Whoa, I think I said we were Hollywood?
Yeah.
Whoa. So we made mention the other week that we had a road trip planned to Hollywood for a couple of different events, and guess what? We made it here. And so we've had some crazy adventures over the past 24 hours, I would say.
Yeah, the first ever STS Guys road trip is in full effect. Recording this on Monday. We headed over to California yesterday morning. For those of you, if you do not know, we live in the Phoenix area. So a 6-hour drive over to the Los Angeles, and we made a pit stop on the way, though. About 5 hours in, we went to Pomona, California.
Like I said, the most awkward, weird fairgrounds I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it was the LA County Fairgrounds, right? So it's not anything weird about Pomona. Like, I'm sure you've never heard of Pomona, as we really haven't either. But over there at the LA County Fairgrounds at Fairplex, they had a retro video game convention called Retro City Festival.
Yeah, Retro City Fest was, like I said, it was pretty cool. So we got a lot of different video from that event that we'll be uploading soon. But like I said, kind of the draw there was, like I said, there was a ton of different vendors. There was a lot of different things there to do. They had an entire arcade set up. So basically, I think they were saying like 200 arcade machines. And then they also had, like I said, a few pinball machines set up as well.
You know what, Jeremy? We didn't talk about this, but I don't think we need to sugarcoat it. I think they advertised 200 arcade games and pinball machines, but you know what? There's maybe 50. You'll see in the video, like, we were a little disappointed. There's some good games there, like Pac-Man, and some really cool pinball machines, and there's Mortal Kombat 2, like all the classics, but there weren't very many of them.
Hey, I wasn't gonna sugarcoat it. I was saying this is what they said.
Oh, okay, good.
This is what they said. In actuality, that was not what was there. So the big draw was, like I said, there was this vendor hall. They literally had maybe 20, 30 vendors, maybe. But here's the thing: with all the vendors, it was literally everything was the same.
Right. Vendor number 1 had a nice setup of NES games. Vendor number 2. Also a nice setup of NES games. Vendor number 3, nice setup of NES games. Guess what number 4 was?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say NES games.
Yeah, right. And they didn't just have NES. They had N64 and Genesis. They had everything. I just used Nintendo as an example. But yeah, like I saw so many copies of like Super Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. For N64. Like, I guess I know where all of these ended up. It's in Southern California, man.
Absolutely.
Like, one guy had like 5 copies of Super Mario 64.
Well, and I think the thing, too, is, and maybe it's just me, so let me know if you're the same, like, I started getting more and more excited for this as it started to come up, because when we were at Ace Comic-Con last week, there was an advertisement for this Retro City Festival at Ace Comic-Con. So basically, in Arizona, there was, hey, you know what? They're advertising cross-state lines for this Retro City Festival. Awesome games, everywhere else. I don't know. I felt very underwhelmed.
Yeah, me too. Like it served its purpose. It gave us a pit stop on the way to LA, but I was very disappointed. We didn't buy anything. I don't think Jeremy and I are the biggest retro gamers. Like I have a Nintendo 64 and stuff that I play every once in a while, but like if I'm going to buy a game for it, I want it for super cheap. I'm not going to spend $30 on an N64 game.
Well, you're not in it for the collector's aspect of the actual gaming aspect.
I'm no way a completionist. I do not need every N64 game or anything like that. Some of those crazy kids out there do nowadays.
No, it's like I said, then like I said, the arcade setup. And this is I'm like, okay, so the vendor thing wasn't my thing, so I'm not really gonna buy anything. But I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go play some games.
Yeah, everything was on free play, right?
Everything was on free play. Like, let me go play some games. One of my favorite games of all time. I said favorite arcade games. I have such fond memories as a child playing this game. Was Turtles in Time.
Oh yeah,
they have.
Oh yeah.
One Turtles in Time machine there.
Awesome.
I'm like, okay.
That's enough.
I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna go play it. It's broken. Like
you couldn't, right?
Yeah,
Michelangelo wouldn't move.
Michelangelo wouldn't move, so you couldn't progress the
there.
game. It didn't work.
Heartbroken.
Yeah, and so we took a couple different pictures. So like I said, there's everyone that's playing like the games of like the late '80s, early '90s. Like I said, that big boom of the arcade era. Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, Wild Gunman, Crack Shot. It was a ghost town around there.
Yeah.
So we have. I said you'll see on our Instagram. Like I said, there's all these machines lined up, and then there's like the one lonely individual playing. I think Miss Pac-Man or
something like that.
Yeah.
I really think that these retro video game festivals sound cool on paper, and then when you get there, it's like awesome. Like all these games are in free play, right? It's the 8-year-old me's dream to get to play as many games as I want. But then when you get there, it's like, do I really want to play pole position? No.
Yeah.
So I've been to one other retro game convention back in the Phoenix area. I think it's in Mesa. We have ZapCon. I think it's coming up here in April. I went to that like 2 years ago. They had more games there. There's more people. The more people makes more energy, and I think you just have more fun. This is more spread out, and there's no energy and not a whole lot of fun. While we were there was a NBA Jam tournament going on, but it was like 4 dudes sitting around 2 TV screens playing NBA Jam on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have it on a big screen. They didn't have anything. There's really no announcement for it. No fans watching. It was just a couple dudes hanging out playing some sports games. Like it was just underwhelming, but it was a worthwhile pit stop. Like Jeremy said, we'll have some videos up. Definitely still want to check those out. Please watch.
I'm not done with this. I think you're ready to move on for this. I'm not done with this.
Oh, what else do you got?
I said I have to get this off my chest because besides the games on free play and the vendor hall, the big draw for this was Daniel Pesina and team from the original the character models for the first Mortal Kombat and the second Mortal Kombat were there.
They were,
and
right?
so
what Daniel Pesina is Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage. The chick who was Sonya Blade was there. Jax was there.
And the guy who played Kung Lao.
Kung Lao
was there.
4 of the big stars from Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2, right? Pretty cool on hand. Probably take a picture, get an autograph. Pretty awesome, right? It's cool to meet video game stars, heroes.
And like I said, before, honestly, before, like I said, Larry knew about him a little bit before I did, but before this, I'm like, I had no idea who Daniel Pesina was until I looked it up. I'm like, oh, he's the character model for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I think they were, we have 2 conventions, right? Video game ones in town. We've got ZapCon and then we got Game On Expo. I think most of those guys were at Game On Expo last summer. I didn't go, but I remember seeing the ads for it and stuff. But I'm pretty sure at Game On Expo, those autographs were free.
Yeah. That wasn't the case here at the Retro City Festival.
What? You mean Daniel Pesina, worldwide legend, was charging for an autograph?
They were all charging for an autograph.
Probably like what, $5?
Let's try $20 a piece.
Ouch.
Wait,
$20 for Sonya Blade?
Your claim to fame is Sonya Blade, and I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to pay $20 a piece for each of the Mortal. Like I said, that's $80 in autographs. Where I'm like I said, it's cool, but I don't know if it's $80 cool.
You're right. It isn't. But you know who wasn't charging for autographs? Video game legend Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell. Oh, so
wait, you guys don't know who Billy Mitchell is? Who is Billy Mitchell, Jeremy?
Billy Mitchell's claim to fame is he's an awesome gamer. Like I said, he basically has the highest score on Pac-Man.
He's the first guy to get the perfect
first
game.
guy to get the perfect score. Yeah,
Right? All pellets, all ghost, all fruit.
yeah,
Perfect game.
but got the perfect game, and that didn't happen till 99.
I think it was 1999, right?
1999,
Pac-Man
yeah.
came out in the early 80s. Took people 20 years to figure out how to get a perfect game.
Yeah.
Well, Billy Mitchell did it.
Billy Mitchell was also probably the chattiest guy I have ever encountered in my entire life.
Right? We just walked up his table. We were just checking it out. We figured, hey, might as well get a picture with Billy Mitchell. Well, Mr. Mitchell engaged us in like a good 15-minute conversation about video games and how he is worldwide, and about his beautiful American tie and his hot sauce.
Yeah, Billy Mitchell hot sauce, and he has trading cards.
Oh, yeah,
and
trading
so
cards.
basically, if you wanted to basically buy something, quote unquote, it was being donated to his cause, basically to get the trading cards out.
Yeah.
So the gamer trading cards,
But also, like he was charging, but it was for the item, right? He had
Yeah.
some posters, and you could pick up one of those trading cards if you wanted it. But if you just wanted an autograph on, I don't know, your badge or something, he would have done that for free. So he's a really nice guy. He took a picture with us. Did we post that up on Instagram?
we did post that up on Instagram.
All right,
yeah,
go check that out.
Us and Billy Mitchell are on Instagram. We're friends.
Yeah, go check that out at STS Guys. We're looking good. Billy's looking good, except for that hot sauce stain on his beautiful American tie.
Yeah, which is not 9/11 related. He's just patriotic. He
Right.
said,
America.
USA.
USA.
So it's between the autographs and then the $12 parking.
It's California,
Yeah,
man.
it's California.
Wait, but it was a little parking lot, right? There's justified paying. No, just kidding. It was like this giant fairgrounds parking that
Yeah.
we had to drive like a quarter mile to get to the front when the 20 other cars that were there.
It was very confusing.
Whatever, man. It was fun.
It was fun. I'm glad we stopped. Like I said,
Yeah.
it broke up the journey, and it got us. It got us there.
Yeah, it did. It was cool. So then after that, right, we made a mad dash out of Pomona, headed west, straight down the 101 to try to get over to Hollywood. Got off the freeway, checked into our hotel, and man, I was hungry. And when you're really hungry, Jeremy, what do you want to eat?
I know what I want to eat: chicken and waffles.
Hell yeah. So we headed over to Roscoe's, world famous Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles since like 1979. The original chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
It's where Snoop Dogg goes to get his chicken and waffles. If it's good enough for Snoop Dogg, man, it's good enough for me.
Also good enough for former President Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a picture of Barack Obama up on the wall getting his chicken wings.
Yeah.
Order the Barack Obama special, 3 chicken wings and some grits.
And some waffles.
And some waffles, yeah.
So yeah, we had to make the stop at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles just because we have a hometown chicken and waffles place called Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, which, like I said, it's good.
It's very good.
It's very good. But like I said, this is completely off topic in regards to what our podcast is typically about. But we're going to talk about waffles right now.
Welcome to the STS Guys Food Podcast.
Yeah.
Pivot.
So, I said our chicken and waffles place at home, they add cinnamon to their waffles. Yeah. I have no ungodly idea why. It's just like, hey, let's be different and add basically an ungodly amount of cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon isn't bad. Like I said, cinnamon roll, great. This cinnamon waffle,
Yeah.
not so great.
No.
The waffles at Roscoe's, spot on. Amazing.
Yeah. I love Lolo's, but if I had to choose Roscoe's or Lolo's, I'd definitely go Roscoe's all day.
Yeah, it was basically our one like planned meal that we actually had in regards to like what we wanted to do. We were like, you know what, we got to start. So if we're doing one meal plan, like I said, let's plan to go Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and that's exactly what we did.
Yep.
And the food speaks for itself because like I said, once we got there was a half-hour wait outside the door. Yeah. Like it's this. So
it's iconic now.
Yeah, it's
a destination.
It's a destination restaurant. The only complaint I had was it was ungodly hot inside the restaurant.
It was a little warm. Someone needed to turn on the AC, man. Yeah. It's January in LA, but
it was like low 60s outside. Yeah. It was like
just crack a window.
Yeah, just crack a window. Like it was probably like a good 85 degrees inside. It was toasty.
It was. So yeah, we got our chicken and waffles, man, and then we headed back to the hotel room. Did we mention that we are podcasting live from our hotel room right now? So if you hear any weird sounds in the background, I believe I did hear a trash truck drive by a couple minutes ago. So shout out to the garbage man if you guys can hear him. We're sitting like 2 inches away from the little mini fridge. I heard it turn on a minute ago. So apologies for any weird noises.
It's the world's loudest mini fridge too. Like it literally sounds like it might be a bomb.
It woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's ungodly loud. Yeah. But you know what? Like I said, it's better than we upgraded our original hotel stay.
Yeah, we did. Sorry, Motel 6.
Yeah, so originally we were with Motel 6 because we took fellow podcasters Mike and Ming's advice, saying, you know what, the Motel 6 is kind of ghetto. You probably shouldn't stay there.
It's true.
So I think we went ahead and chose a different place.
One of the unique features of Los Angeles and the Hollywood area, you guys might not know if you haven't been here, but homeless people camp out on tents right on the sidewalks.
That was amazing.
Like literally, when we pulled up, there's not to the hotel, but when we pulled into like the Hollywood area, there was a row of like 4 tents just occupied on the side of the road. Apparently, that's okay in LA. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a little shandy town like camp out happening right in front of that Motel 6. So I think we made the right choice.
I can guarantee you that we made the right choice. Yeah. Well, because we actually found a parking spot.
Yes.
Parking at the Quality Inn. Plentiful.
Yes.
Plentiful parking. So shout out to the Quality Inn.
We did well. So yeah, so we're podcasting from a hotel room. Yeah. STS Guys first.
We will take a picture of our mobile podcast setup. Like we literally like have like the one table that you get in a hotel room pulled over in front of the TV in between 2 beds.
Yep. Next to the microwave.
Next to the microwave in the fridge.
But the microwave has a USB port, so my phone is actually charging right now in a microwave.
Hey, that's quality
Genius,
shit. That's quality shit right there.
You don't get that shit at the Motel 6.
No. USB, like, I'm just saying, look at all the outlets. I said, we're living in a modern society. Yeah. We have USB chargers in the majority of the outlets in this
Everywhere.
room.
USB chargers on top of USB chargers.
USB chargers for everyone.
For everyone. A lot of USB chargers. So, speaking of USB chargers, not really. Last night was our next like main event, right? When Jeremy and I decided we were going to come out to Hollywood, one of the things we wanted to do for sure was head over to that Star Wars theme bar that opened up called Scum and Villainy Cantina. A lot of theme bars are starting to pop up, right? Or theme restaurants. Well, this one's kind of supposed to look like the Cantina from A New Hope.
Yeah. So this was actually originally started as a pop-up bar. But apparently, I said it's gotten like so popular and so successful, like where they just kept on selling out the tickets, where it's actually now a permanent fixture on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right, so that to us, like we love Star Wars, we talk about Star Wars on the podcast, we had to check out this bar. But there was also an added bonus. Go ahead, Jeremy. Yes, what was the added bonus?
There was an event. So if you remember back in Tucson, we met Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men. So we've been good friends ever since. So what's up, Ming? But he posted on his Instagram that they were having an event there, which is basically comic book men as nasty as they want to be. So basically an uncensored comic book men type show where 3 of the comic book men, so Ming Chen, Mike Zapsik, and Brian Johnson, were basically going to host kind of a Q&A, kind of just like talking about random stuff show at the Scum and Villainy Cantina. Epic time.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Right. Best $20 I've spent in a while.
So the cool thing about this is, like I said, if any of you out there have ever talked to Ming before, like I said, have you ever been on an event? He is like literally the friendliest guy you will ever meet in your entire life.
Dude, he walked in and then went around to everybody who was there and shook their hand and said, "Hey, thanks for coming." Yeah, like who does that?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, when he made sure to go around to everyone, like I said, he gave me like the bro hug, like when I was like
side hug.
Well, because I said I had gone to the restroom real quick, and then he was talking to Larry. Like so, when I got back to the table, it's like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, thanks for coming. I'm like, "Oh, hey Ming, what's up? Thanks for coming."
Right.
So we did that. They said they did their live show. Like I said, it was awesome. Like I said, I can't think of a better time than what we had at that live show.
Yeah, the owner said they were recording it. I don't know where they're gonna put it, so maybe I don't know if they have a YouTube channel or anything, but if we see the video drop somewhere, we'll be sure to retweet it and let you guys know. It's definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of AMC's Comic Book Man.
Yeah, so we'll definitely link it. The Star Wars bar itself, like I said, it's like I said, you go in like and thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like this grand bar. The only like, I don't know if I would even call it a criticism. I think it's just because, like I said, they work with what they had. It's tiny. It's kind of tiny inside. You could maybe fit 100 people in there max.
Yeah, that might be pushing it.
I think that's even pushing it. Yeah. So like I said, it's kind of cool though, because I said with events like that though, it's a very intimate affair, because I said you get to go and talk to everybody. So like we right after the show, I said we went and talked to Brian. We went and talked to Mike. We went and talked to Ming. Like I said, we talked about Ming about podcasting like for a good few minutes. Like I said, I don't think there's another type of venue, or like I said, that you could technically do that at. Like I said, just because I think the smaller aspect of it actually helped that situation, rather than like, oh, it's so small I can't stand it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't go to Tucson with you guys, so it was my first time meeting Ming, and Comic Book Men's been on for 7 seasons, man. Like, I realized recently that I've been watching this show for like 7 years of my life. If you asked me what my favorite TV shows, I probably wouldn't put it up there, but I kind of would now. Like, I watched every episode. I never miss it. Every Sunday after The Walking Dead, like, I stick around and watch Comic Book Men. It's a fun show. Usually people don't say reality shows are their favorite shows, but yeah, AMC's Comic Book Men is one of my favorite shows.
Well, it's amazing. I said that a show like that has. I said, if you would have asked me 3-4 years ago, I'm like, would Comic Book Men still be on today? I'd probably say no, because I'm like, it's such and it's not that it's a bad show. It's because it's such a niche audience where I'm like, okay, so. Yeah, is it still valuable to produce a show? Yeah. For AMC, right?
And it's on at like 1:00 in the morning. Yeah, like they have a horrible time slot.
Yeah, it's a very niche show. Yeah. But like I said, it's something that I make sure when it's on. I make sure to watch it every week that it's on.
For sure. Well, and Mike and Ming show up to this event. They sold it out. Yeah. Like they clearly have a lot of fans. It's really cool. They go around to all these cons and stuff, and like. We're not the only ones. I think everybody loves AMC's Comic Book Man.
Yeah, so awesome time meeting the guys there. Like I said, they had, like I said, and how awesome was this? So, like I said, not only were they there, did we get the show, but Ming brought photos to autograph. Yeah. So then we got autographs from everybody else. Like, yeah.
Who brings their own photos to pass out an autograph? Yeah. That's how nice Ming is.
So Daniel Pacina, just. Ouch. Maybe take a note. Ouch.
Wait, who's Daniel Pacina again?
Exactly.
Yeah, so thank you, Ming. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Brian. We had an awesome time.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Great event. An added bonus.
Yeah, I was going to say, what else happened while we were there, Larry?
Possibly my favorite part is while we were sitting at our booth, waiting for the event to start, a couple familiar faces walked in, at least familiar to me. Yoko, Sully, Cameron, and Hillary from the Funko Funkast, Funko's official podcast is recorded at Funko HQ. So those 4 guys walked in, right? I've been listening to that podcast since day one. I actually have listened to Sully's NerdFu Podcast for a couple years now. So it was pretty awesome to get to see him walked in. He walked by me. I'm like, hey, what's up, Sully? And he just looked at me like, hey. Like, I think he was pretty surprised anyone recognized him, right? He's just walking in with his friends.
You're missing someone else from that list, too.
Well, yeah. So also in addition to that group was WWE superstar Zack Ryder.
Yeah. Here's what was odd. So I guess everyone there for the Comic Book Man was there just for the Comic Book Man, because they completely ignored that table completely.
Yeah, right.
While me and Larry were like nerding out in regards to like they just walked in, like they're sitting like literally in the booth right behind us.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're not the biggest celebrities in the world, or they probably wouldn't even call themselves celebrities, but I love that podcast. Yeah. It's my favorite podcast. I clearly love Funko. That's why I'm sitting in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, in the Funko world, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah. And not even one person acknowledged that Zack Ryder was there.
Yeah, that was
kind of cool, right? Like
that to me, like I said, I don't know how many times I even mentioned it to you last night. Yeah. So that completely shocked me, just because I'm like, okay, I guess no one, Zack Ryder people like
right. Nobody noticed or like knew who he was. Like, that's crazy. But after the show, after we talked to Mike and Ming and Brian, Sully was kind of just standing up by himself. So I went over and introduced myself, let him know that I was a big fan of the podcast. And me and Jeremy had like a pretty awesome conversation with him for a good 15, 20 minutes about podcasting. Really great guy, like super awesome. He's a huge Funko fan. Got lucky and got a job in Funko and up and moved his family from Texas out to Seattle. He's kind of living the dream right now. So super nice guy, super humble. If you've never listened to the NerdFu podcast, if you like us at all, like go check out the NerdFu. They do this 10 times better than us, right? They do like a weekly recap of all the nerd news and all the movies and TV shows that are coming out. It's super awesome. Definitely go check them out.
No, it was completely awesome. And then just the fact, like I said, just the fact that he spent the time, like I said, just to talk with us. Like I said, it was a good probably 15, 20 minutes of like us just like talking back and forth. Yeah. Like it was awesome. Like, and like I said, it showed that like I said, it wasn't just like lip service either. Like I said, he like took the time to actually appreciate kind of like us appreciating him, but him appreciating also us too. Yeah. Like especially when we started talking about podcasting. Like I said, when we talked about podcasting, like I said, that piqued his interest. Like, and like I said, literally saying like, hey, I've listened to you for years and this, that, and the other. And like, oh, that's awesome. Hey, you're my inspiration for why we kind of jumped into podcasting too. No. And then he's like, oh, you guys have a podcast?
Yeah.
We have a podcast. Yeah. And he's like, oh, what's your podcast called? And then Larry's like, I have a sticker.
Yeah. I'm like, would you like the stickers? Yeah, of course, man. Yeah. But as I'm handing him the sticker, he's already got his phone out and searching for us on iTunes.
Yeah. And then like subs to the channel.
Yeah. So Sully, if you happen to listen to this dude and you made it this far, thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for listening. Shout out to Sully. Listen to the NerdFu. Listen to the Funko Funkast. If you love Funko at all, dude, it is seriously the greatest podcast ever.
It's a ton of fun.
It's just four friends who happen to work at Funko, hanging out, talking pop culture and Funko Pops. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Like I said, I've listened a few different times. Like I said, it's just the group of people, like I said, just getting together and having fun. Like I said, which is like I said, the reason why we do this personally as well. Just
absolutely.
I have so much fun, podcasting, and so that's kind of our thing. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of different things and gotten a lot to do a lot of different things. But like the fact that
we would have been doing those things anyhow. We just happen to talk about it once a week now.
Exactly. Like I said, it gives us an excuse to talk once a week, and also share those experiences for those who may not get to experience.
Yeah, exactly. So if you live in Kentucky or Virginia and you can't make the trip across the world to Hollywood or come to Ace Comic-Con in Glendale, we're just trying to share that stuff with you, try to make some videos so everybody else can kind of join in on the fun.
Kind of a couple other things too. So besides, like I said, I think that was probably the highlight of our night was, like I said, sorry, Retro City Festival. Yeah. Sorry, Daniel Pacina and the girl who plays Sonya Blade. I don't know her name.
No.
But yeah, our comic book event and our, I said meeting, they said the Funko team.
Yep. Super amazing. Super mega awesome day.
Super mega awesome day. Well said, Larry.
I mean, time to go home, right?
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, we'll get to more about what we've got still planned for today. But Jeremy and I head back to the hotel last night and did a very California tourist thing, and we got some In-N-Out burger at like midnight.
Oh, yeah. Well, so the In-N-Out burger directly by our hotel, like so they literally got to be just like making bank with the amount of traffic that's going through there. So we passed that In-N-Out. Since we got here, we've passed it like 5 or 6 times.
Probably, yeah.
All 5 or 6 times, the line for the drive-thru is stretching out into the street. People are getting angry and honking at each other and going crazy.
They're blocking traffic.
They're blocking traffic at this In-N-Out.
Yep.
Inside the In-N-Out, also just as busy.
Yeah, right. You got to fight to get a seat. I've never seen Jeremy move so fast as I did when his eye spotted an empty booth across the way. He darted over there super fast.
I'm a larger individual. Like I said, I don't think I've moved as fast in my entire life. But I'm like, ooh, table.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there goes Barry Allen. No, wait, it's just Jeremy.
Oh yeah. No. Wait. Are you giving away my secret identity, Larry?
Yeah. Sorry.
Jeremy is not the Flash.
Yeah. So we got some burgers, wrapped up an awesome day. The plan for day, like, I guess we're just doing a whole STS Guys road trip recap at this point. We woke up and got breakfast.
At the Denny's.
After Denny's, though, we headed out to the world famous Hollywood Boulevard because someone very special was getting a star on the Walk of Fame today.
Minnie Mouse.
Whoa. Fictional character.
Disney legend
Minnie Mouse. Honestly, like, we got there a little bit late, apparently. There was already a big crowd there, and they only let, like, I don't know, 20 or 30 people in the standing area where you could actually stand. Other than that, they kept the sidewalk and road clear. They had to make you keep moving. So we kept moving. We didn't actually see it, but we saw where it got set up. No big deal. That wasn't why we were here. Yeah. But we walked around, took a couple pictures of the stars on the Walk of Fame, right? We found Marvel icons like Paul Rudd, Ant-Man,
Ryan Reynolds,
Deadpool, Deadpool, Chris Pratt,
Han Solo, Harrison Ford,
and of course Stan Lee.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. If you've never been to Hollywood Boulevard, it's a very touristy thing. You got to walk around and find your favorite celebs, right? So the two we had to see was Stan Lee, and then I found the Simpsons star right in front of that CVS. So that was pretty rad. If you check our Instagram story, there should be a couple pics of those up on there too.
We also spent some time outside the Chinese theater where
we did.
Godzilla was apparently coming because of people telling us to repent for Jesus.
Yeah, there was a gentleman whose voice sounded like he should be yelling for Godzilla. Yeah. Like talking about how Jesus saved him and him and like
we're all sinners.
Two women, and they were doing like this chorus. Like it was odd, man. You get the weirdos and the freaks out here on Hollywood Boulevard.
That's the third Jesus guy that we've seen.
That is.
So remember, because we saw one just carrying across. We saw Dancing Guy.
We
saw Dancing Jesus guy yesterday, and then now we saw the trio of Asians.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about Dancing Jesus guy. Yeah. He was pretty awesome. He was holding a giant cross, like probably 5 feet high.
It was huge.
And literally kind of dancing around the middle of the intersection, almost blocking traffic, screaming about how much he loved Jesus. It was odd, but these Asian folks, man, they were going off. People were taking video of him. Like, good on them for trying to share their beliefs, but his voice was a little bit crazy, and I don't know.
It was very raspy, and like I said, I thought Godzilla was coming.
Godzilla. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So as we were checking out that guy, I'm just kind of standing there, minding my own business, and somebody goes, "Hey, nice Funko Fright Night shirt." And I look up, and it's none other than Funko founder Mike Becker.
Yeah, huge. Like I said, me and Larry just sitting there oblivious, like looking up at the Chinese theater, like, "Oh, it's gonna be so awesome tonight because the movie premiere tonight. Yeah. Like it's gonna be so awesome." And then, like I said, so Mike comes by and says, "Hey, nice Fright Night shirt."
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, hey, Mike Becker. I'm like, awesome. Hey, can we take a photo? So Jeremy and I got our photo taken with Funko legend and founder of the company that I love, Mike Becker. Had never met him before. It was really cool. We got our picture taken in front of the Chinese theater. You can see the Making Fun, the Story of Funko documentary poster over my left shoulder. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Plus, there was a couple like Funko fans that were going to be at the premiere tonight too. Like they were just hanging out.
Yeah, there was Funko Hall of Famer Crofty was also hanging out. So hadn't met him before. We're already meeting new people, including one of the big bosses. So it's been an awesome day so far again, man. Oh yeah, Bo. Bo. If you listen to the Funko Funkast, a gentleman named Bo often gets mentioned. Well, guess what? We saw Bo hanging out in front of the Chinese theater with his dad. Shout out to Bo's dad, wearing his Funko Funkast t-shirt. Man, it was pretty cool. He's a super huge Funko fan too. Funko invited him out just like they invited us out. It's pretty great. The tagline on for this Funko documentary is "Come for the toys, stay for the people." And honestly, dude, like if you're part of this Funko family and you don't have other friends that are into this stuff, you're missing out because the Funko community is awesome. That's why I am in California right now. The movie is cool, but like I'm looking forward to seeing some friends that I haven't seen in a while tonight, making some new friends. Already have done that, right? Like I hung out with Mike Becker and Sully and all that stuff, but it's going to be super awesome. We're all getting dressed up tonight, right? Semi-formal, doing it Hollywood style, be hanging out on the red carpet, all thanks to Funko. So Thank you, Funko. I do love you. You're the awesomest company in the world. You take care of your fans. Super appreciative, man.
Larry.
Settle down.
Settle down. I think you love Funko.
Shout out to Funko.
No, like I said, I honestly can't echo enough what Larry said. Like I said, Larry's been into it longer than I have. But like I said, it's one of those things where like it slowly starts to become an obsession. Like I said, and Larry's talked about this before on the podcast, where when he first met me, he's like, "Oh yeah, I have
I think you said like 90
I had
pops.
like 90 pops.
Which is a lot, right? It's a good number.
Which is a good number. And then Larry's like, whatever. I got like
I think I had like 300 something.
Yeah, 300, something like that. But then like stuff built over time and over time and over time where that grew to almost 400-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is impressive. And you say overtime and overtime and overtime like it's a long time. It's like a year and some change.
It was a year and some change. Like I said, I got the obsession.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's...
And you know what? Jeremy hasn't even been to an official Funko event yet. So I believe that passion will step it up to another level after tonight.
I think that's why I'm like...
Or after this weekend, right?
Literally, that's why I'm literally so excited just because I said, I think this isn't the last thing to check off my list, but it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, this is just going to ignite that fire even more. Like where I'm like, you know what? I have a passion for collecting, but like I said, now it looks like that passion also involves these people too.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're looking forward to that. We're gonna head over and hang out with some friends from the Funko board at Mel's Diner. Get some burgers. Heard they got some pretty good milkshakes too. So we're gonna eat some lunch, and then we're heading back to the Chinese theater to watch a movie.
Mel's Diner because
there's gonna be like 50 fanatics taking over Mel's Diner tonight around 3 p.m. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. A lot of good times. So. I know a couple people I know are going to be there, so I'm not sure if they listen to the podcast yet, but guess what? They're probably going to be getting a sticker. So if you guys are listening now, thank you for checking us out. We appreciate it.
Also, too, like I said, we've been in Hollywood now for 24 hours. We've left our mark on Hollywood.
What do you mean, Jeremy? Did you urinate on the street corner?
Not yet. I don't know.
Somebody else has already taken care of that.
Someone else has already taken care of that.
There's been some awesome smells walking around Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard.
Well, that, and I'm waiting till I buy my tent.
You got to get the tent. Or we saw a nice mattress on the corner in front of the Burger King. You could just crash there tonight. But shout out to Nate for not sending us some PayPal. So Nate's known for like hooking his friends up with he'll just text and be like, hey, use my PayPal. This Uber's on me. Nate didn't do that. So Jeremy and I had to walk like 2 miles back from Roscoe's. We discovered all sorts of awesome smells.
Yes, it was amazing. We stopped at a couple different places. We stopped at the world famous Amoeba Records.
It's pretty cool. I bought a pop.
Yep. Larry bought a pop. We found the coolest elevator in the entire world.
It was graffitied over and over and over again. Like it just had this thick layer of paint and stuff. Ceiling had stickers, walls had stickers. So Jeremy took an STS Guys sticker, stuck it right there on the left side of that wall, next to the door. There's pictures of that up on our Instagram too. Check us out at STS Guys.
Then after that, I'm like, okay, we've always heard about, like I said, this comic book store, Meltdown Comics. Like Meltdown Comics is supposed to be like this iconic Hollywood comic book store.
Chris Hardwick does a bunch of his Nerdist stuff there.
Exactly, yeah. So it's supposed to be like super famous. So we walked like fools.
2 miles.
2 miles there. Encountered many interesting sights along the way, including a guy laying on a mattress in a suit. Flailing all over the place.
Yeah. No shoes, but wearing a suit and squirming around on a dirty ass mattress in front of the Burger King. Yeah,
so that was interesting. But then we went there. So there's a back set of doors in Meltdown Comics. After we went through there, kind of to take some pictures. We left our mark there as well. So if you go to either one of these places, definitely take a picture. So try to find the STS Guys logo sticker. Take a picture. If you do, we'll send you a prize.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just because, like I said, tag us in it. Like I said, we'll send you something cool.
Yep, for sure. It was awesome. Like I'm glad. Jeremy complains a little bit, right? And I was making fun of Nate about not helping us out with Uber. We chose to walk. And you know what? It was an awesome walk. There's a bunch of really cool street art and stuff on Sunset Boulevard. It was awesome. We had a good time.
And an awesome couch.
Awesome couch. Oh yeah, an awesome couch. Yeah, weird purple velvet couch that somebody threw out. It was fun. Took some awesome pictures, awesome selfies. I had a good time.
Yeah, I love street art. Like I said, I love. Like I said, we've found everything from Joker, like this giant Joker that's on the side of the building, to Statue of Liberty holding up an LA Dodgers
foam finger.
like that was doing the Wu-Tang sign.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like I said, I love street art. Like I said, it's something that's like I said, it's gritty and awesome, and I'm like, I appreciate it. So we literally took in the sights of the street art.
Yep. So it's been a pretty good time. Yeah, watching the movie. Hopefully hanging out a little bit more tonight, and then heading home tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's like I said, I am anxious for tonight. I'm anxious to see what tonight holds. I'm anxious to see who we're gonna meet. Because like I said, there's supposed to be some celebrities there too.
I'm pretty sure Zack Ryder's gonna get noticed tonight.
I probably guarantee that Zack Ryder's gonna get noticed tonight. Along with like so the Funko team that no one really wanted to talk to yesterday, but they're gonna get hounded tonight with fans, with fanatics. So.
Yep. So it's going to be awesome. We'll be back. We'll be back next week with a regular podcast with hopefully all of us, or at least the majority of us, right? So if you guys are missing Nate and Scott and Leo right now, let them know in the comments. You might as well say hi to me too while you're there, right? It's Larry. Yeah. Everybody loves Larry.
Hashtag I love Larry.
Still a thing, man. Still a thing.
Hey, let's get that. So that needs to be trending. Yeah. That needs to be trending. Hashtag I love Larry 2018.
Come on, Brian.
Yes. So like I said, next week we'll be back for a regular episode. But I said next week's regular episode, me and Larry will actually give our recap of our experience at the premiere. Because I said between now and then, I said we'll have the premiere. Yeah. And I said we'll be with with the rest of the guys and sharing that experience. And like I said, I'm curious to see what they have to say. We'll have a whole bunch of pictures for it. We'll kind of post the crap out of it.
I think this is the third time in this podcast I've said it, but follow us on Instagram at STS Guys if you're not already, and check out our pictures from the Funko documentary and the rest of this trip, man. It's been rad. We'd love to share it with you.
Instagram, Twitter, so Twitter at STS Guys, and then Facebook at the STS Guys. Yep. And then like I said, on YouTube at stsguys.online.
Yeah, and we dropped a whole bunch of videos since the last podcast on the YouTube channel, mostly from Ace Comic-Con. Jeremy threw up the walkthrough, which is pretty cool. He's got a comic haul that's up. You can see some pretty awesome comic books that he picked up at Ace Comic-Con. Coming later this week is going to be we got some autographs, right?
Yeah, we got some autographs. So I said I tried to do that video before we left, but I said I just ran out of time. So we have that coming up. Plus, I said we'll have our videos from Retro City Festival. We'll have a ton of content that we're gonna be posting.
It's gonna be a busy week. Shout out to Trianala. She has an awesome YouTube channel. Did a giveaway that we won. Yeah. Jeremy threw that video up earlier this week. Check that out to see which 3 Funko Pops we won. And also from Backyard Pictures. So we got a Star Wars poster from them. So we'll be doing that unboxing, posting that later on this week too. Like I said, it's awesome. Like I said, awesome poster. So thank you guys. We did not thank Backyard Pictures yet, so I'm pulling out my phone to send them an instant message right now. But that video will be up too. So tons and tons of stuff coming to the STS Guys YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out.
Awesome. So I think that does it for episode 21 of the STS Guys. So for episode 21, this is Jeremy
and Larry.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Shut up and sit down.